I'm having trouble getting this video started again, so I'm going to switch screens here for just a minute because I want to read something to you that I was thinking just yesterday, and this is the little quote that I wrote down. I guess it's not a quote because it's mine, but it reads on my computer here. It says, God may be even much better / more wonderful than we think he is. And it started with a girl that I met in a store. Well, that's not where it started, but that's where this topic is going to start. A young girl that I met in a store, and I can't remember what her circumstances were. If she was pregnant or she had a baby that died or whatever, but it was over 20 years ago when I was pregnant, and I had gone to the store specifically to buy a baby bottle, and she was standing there by the baby bottles. And in the course of the conversation, she said to me, which was very strange, it was one of those times you wonder if you're entertaining angels unawares. But she was standing there in the aisle, and she said to me that she thinks that when we get to heaven, that Jesus will be standing there, and next to him will be a large pile of unopened presents, and that he will point to them, and he will say to us, these are the things that I had to give to you, but you never asked. And I had forgotten largely about that until I heard a quote that was similar a few weeks ago. And I think I've always been the kind of person that thinks I have to figure everything out first because I'm like left brain dominant and I'm not really creative. I mean, I'm a little bit creative in some ways, but mostly left brain dominant ways that I'm creative about figuring out a better way to do things. I got a story I got to tell you one of these days about that. It has to do with a credit card. Not really, but sort of. I'll have to tell you that one on a different day. It's a really good story, but at any rate, I'd like to figure out unusual ways to do things and unusual ways to solve problems. So I think I always have felt like I have to solve the problem first, figure out exactly what I need, and then go to God and ask him, can I have this thing because it's going to fix my problem? And I have never been one to just take the problem. My lady friend is 74. Her name is Fran. She's gonna get a YouTube channel. She's all like all hooked up. I keep telling her she needs a YouTube channel, but she said we drop our burdens at Jesus' feet, and within an hour we've gone back and picked them back up again. And I thought, pretty true. I'm sorry, I got a lifesaver in my mouth now. I'm hardly ever without something chewing on, but anyway. So this girl in the store really got my attention. And then I have another girlfriend who had a dream. And in the dream, she was in the home she grew up in, and her dad was there. And she opened up the front closet of the house, and it was piled full of presents. And she was looking through the presents, trying to find one for her dad. And she said, Dad, there's all kinds of presents here, but I don't see any presents for you. And I think her parents were both deceased by this point in time, and her mother had served in the military. And he pointed to the dining room of their family home that she grew up in. He pointed to the dining room in the home, and I don't know how to say this. Her mother was coming like through the wall of walking into the dining room through the wall of the dining room. How do you say that? Through the wall of the dining room. And she was dressed in her military uniform, and she was coming towards her husband through the dining room. And my girlfriend said all of their family pets were coming with her, like through the wall, so they were going to be like reunited. Her mother and dad were going to be reunited. And he said, this is all the Christmas present I need. I thought that was really a neat thing too. So I guess since the season of opening presents is just over the last few days here, I was thinking in terms of the ways that that I tend to limit God, and I don't ask him for the kinds of things that I probably should. Now I'm over 4 minutes, and I could slide into another topic here, which would put us over 5 minutes. So I think I'm going to end there. But my new goal, probably for 2012, is to leave no unopened presents under the tree. I have a girlfriend from Jamaica who she says, I know I'm going to get blessings when I die. She's had terrible pain for 5 years from a long story, but lifelong problem. And especially the last 5 years, she's had terrible pain. So we kind of joke with each other a lot. And she said, I know I'm going to get blessings, you know, when I leave this life. She goes, but I want some of them here. So let's not leave our presents unopened under the tree. And so I decided, not too long ago, that I was going to ask a more broad question for something that I needed and let God figure out the details. That's working better. It's working a lot better. So I don't know what I'm going to name this video. I guess I'll have to go back and watch it again to figure out what kind of a name to put on it. And we'll move on to another topic. 5 minutes and 49 seconds. God bless your efforts to prepare. Make a list and check it twice, and don't leave those presents under the tree. Open them all. Bye.